I'm Derek. This is the Double D podcast. Welcome, everybody. Been a while. We have a Battle on the Border show review. Yeah, get your microphone on, dude.
It's a good thing I can hear me from yours too.
I hope they didn't get you here. I hope they did. I hope they didn't. I hope they didn't hear you.
I don't even know, is this thing working? Hello, can you hear me?
It is true. Did you had to plug it back in? Yeah. Well, hopefully it's working. If you can't hear us, that's unfortunate. I'm going to make for a really boring video.
Voiceover. No, I'm just kidding.
But we are back. Yeah, we could just voice over. So Battle on the Border Legends and All-Stars just passed about a week ago for when we're filming this. We needed a week to digest the events that took place. I was telling Darren that this was truly, I think, one of the most important shows in Battle on the Border history, at least since we've been working with Battle on the Border. So very excited to do a review about this one.
Yes.
I have some very strong opinions about shows that about matches and things that took place that we'll get into. So let's just jump straight into it. Why don't we? By the way, anyone who made it out to the show, thank you for joining. What was that?
We're jumping into it.
Oh, thank you for showing up. It was a great crowd. The action in the ring. I came up with this all week. I've been wanting to say this. The action in the ring was hotter than the building itself, because anybody who was there knows that the air conditioning was not on. So it was hotter than crap in there.
Not just hot, it was humid as frick too.
It was freaking humid, dude. Yeah, it was bad. So, if you were there and you sweated out with the competition in the ring. I think everybody went home and took a shower after that show.
I feel bad for the wrestlers.
Yeah, man. It's already they already do a lot, and then.
Yeah.
But
a hot building to do with it. So.
Yeah. So let's just jump into it, though. I wanted to thank everybody for showing up. Make sure you show up to the future Battle on the Border events, which we'll get into here in a minute. So, Legends and All-Stars, we start off with the farewell address, basically the farewell section of the show. Army of Destiny, obviously no longer a team, which, gotta say, was really exciting to see. It was interesting to go into this, had no clue what was going to take place. Were they going to try to, I don't know, I had no clue. You're not a group in Battle on the Border anymore. What do you do? It seems like Sergeant Ledbetter's was just basically saying farewell to them and you guys are going to be great. Let's just move on.
Yeah.
And Bomani and Craven were not ready to move on necessarily from each other. They hate each other. It took a match, got added right to the front of the card. It was Kyle Craven versus King Bomani, with Sergeant Ledbetter being the guest referee. So this is fully, I think this was the exclamation point on the ending of Army of Destiny for good in Battle on the Border. I don't see in any way, shape, not that they could anyway, but you know how Army of Destiny was at one point. Seemed like they could have, maybe, I don't know, found some loophole to still work together, but it seems like it is officially over for these three. And I don't think it's completely done between Bomani and Kyle Craven either, because this match ended in a double countout. Can you imagine being Sergeant Ledbetter having to count out your former tag team partners because they hate each other so much? Really put Sergeant Ledbetter in a tough spot. He likes both of them. He wants to see them succeed. They hate each other. It's just it's just a bad way to go out if you're Army of Destiny.
Yeah, that's not a super good way to go out.
And we'll get into it later about the future for King Bomani specifically. We'll see where Kyle Craven ends up. He has a bright future ahead of him. I can only, sky is the limit for all three of them now. Sergeant Ledbetter, being able to focus on something different, and we'll get into that later as well. We'll see. A lot of it will be answered. Kyle Craven's the only one we don't have answers to yet, but the future's bright for him, I'm sure. But it's possible these two aren't done with each other.
Oh, it's 100% possible.
So then the next match was the tag team match between Bad Dudes and Creed Costello and Nerd. Interesting name choice. I actually like it. Just buy into. I guess I like it. So obviously the Bad Dudes, they've been on a roll for a while now. The Bad Dudes are consistently a team that wins.
Yes.
Possible that they may have had a little bit to do with the breaking up of Brandon Day and Shane Douglas, because we'll get into that later as well. But seems like maybe that they had a little bit of a hand in that as well. It's a crazy. The Bad Dudes are someone who I could see being future tag team champions very, very soon. They got the win over Creed Costello and Nerd, who, by the way, were replacement opponents, last-minute replacement opponents for the Bad Dudes. They did get the win, but under controversial circumstances, not even necessarily because of the Bad Dudes this time. Usually the Bad Dudes are the reason there's a controversial ending. This one, Nerd walked out on his partner, Creed Costello.
Adios.
I mean, that's rough. Could you imagine me just walking out during this podcast? Just saying, you know what, I'm done. I'm done. See you.
Bye, buddy.
Yep, see you. Have fun. Good luck.
I hope you find your dad.
That's what it would be like. Just
hope you find your dad.
Just walking out. I mean, it's unprofessional. You left your partner. You threw him to the wolves. The Bad Dudes, of all people, you do not want to go 1 versus 2 against the Bad Dudes.
And they hate kids.
And Jeremiah made it very clear. He told Rick Toms to make the announcement that he not only hates kids, but he really, really hates kids. And let me tell you something. The kids feel the same way to Jeremiah.
Yes.
The kids do not like Jeremiah. They don't like the Bad Dudes, but Jeremiah specifically. I mean, he hates children. What kind of dude? He's a bad dude. Hates children. Plays into it, I guess. I mean, Bad Dudes, they live up to their name.
Yes.
For sure. But the tag team division is only getting tougher in Battle on the Border. And it seems like the Bad Dudes are in a place where they have to be sitting close to the top of the rankings, if there were some, for a tag team title shot coming up very soon.
I'd love for them to take the tag team title shot.
I mean, it's getting a little bit harder to see them not get a shot at least very soon.
Oh, yeah.
But we'll get to that later. Something has to happen first before the Bad Dudes get a shot.
Yeah.
We'll get to that also. Excuse me. So, women's division, Malia Osaka versus Cassie Clay. Clay came with a valet, Storm.
Yes.
And they took this match on short notice due to Taylor Rising withdrawing. So it was a short notice match for Cassie Clay. I got to say something about Cassie Clay. I keep saying Cassie. I apologize. It's Casey.
Clay, yeah.
Cassie Clay was very, very impressive to watch in this match. Cassie Clay has been in Battle on the Border shows in the past that we've reviewed, and it's not a surprise that she was a last-minute replacement or opponent replacement because she is one of the top women.
Well, she was in the Battle Royal.
She was. She is very impressive to watch, and Malia Osaka made a promo video saying that there wasn't a lot of competition in Battle on the Border, and I think that she may have overlooked Cassie Clay because for a while there, Cassie Clay was doing a very good job of getting a victory.
Oh, yeah.
It seemed like, unfortunately, Malia Osaka did get the victory and retain the title. Also very impressive. We haven't seen her in a while, Malia Osaka. Haven't seen her here in a while.
It's been a very long time.
Let's just say there may have been some underhanded tactics also in this match. Seems to be the usual.
Seems to be a pattern.
She may or may have not, and this is allegedly, used the ropes to gain advantage, to get the pin, and win.
That's exactly what she did.
Oh, allegedly.
That's exactly what she did.
In the record books, it goes down as a win either way. Fans know she kind of cheated to get the win.
The camera has all the evidence on.
Right, and we saw it. We saw it.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I don't think she's going to take this lightly. I'm not saying she deserves a title spot immediately or title chance immediately, but she kind of does.
She's not going to stop until she gets it.
She kind of got robbed in this victory. I mean, she may have gotten pinned still either way. It's hard to tell, but we know one thing is that Malia Osaka had to dig down in her bag of tricks in order to defeat Cassie Clay.
Well, she's been down for so long.
It's been a while since we've seen her. It was nice to see her again.
And then you take a person that's been wrestling quite a bit.
Right.
Compared to somebody that's, I think she was out for like an injury or something, for as long as she was. That gotta have something to be able to retain that title.
It's absolutely true, and like I said, the future of the women's division is also something we'll see. We know that Ari Alexander has been signed on to
come back,
a couple fights during this year, so we'll see where that goes. Cassie Clay deserves another opportunity, in our opinion, with one of the more impressive matches of the night, one of the most impressive performances by both of these ladies So we'll see where it goes, but congratulations to Malia Osaka on winning the belt. Retaining the belt, not winning the belt, retaining the belt.
I think Casey Clay, with her having wrestled her once, the next time it's going to be, she'll know at least really well what to look out for.
Right, I mean, it's
a lot better, because that was her first time wrestling her, I'm pretty sure.
I believe so, and you know, it's one of those things where, you know, unfortunately there are people, we've seen it with Jade and Jed in the past, we've seen it, people are willing to do things, which we'll get to in a minute as well, willing to do things, whatever it takes to win. And you have to be able to do that. And Casey Clay was not able to do that. She wanted to win it fairly, which is admirable, but Malia Osaka was willing to do whatever it took to retain the title.
Yes.
And that's what's most important, ultimately.
So keep the title.
In what I thought was going to be the main event, this just shows you how stacked of a card this truly was. We next have Brian Pillman against Paxton Calloway. Now, Brian Pillman, Paxton Calloway, big size difference.
Oh, huge size difference.
There's also words are not good for me right now. Time put in advantage for Brian Pillman. He's experienced, that's the word.
Yes.
We don't have a podcast experience. This is our first time doing one, apparently. So this was an interesting match. Very interesting. I was excited to see how this worked. I mean, this was Brian Pillman's biggest literal, not even figurative, literal competition.
I think he's wrestled him once or twice before, but other than that, yes.
No, it's
competition.
It's his biggest competition for sure. And Brian Pillman was able to get the victory over Paxton Calloway, and he did have a great message afterwards. He thanked the fans for being there because Battle on the Border was the best wrestling show that weekend in the tri-state area. There was a lot of wrestling shows within a 2 hours or so radius from where we were. It was the best show, and it had the best action. And Brian Pillman and Paxton Calloway, it was just as good as advertised. Like when you saw it on the match card, it was just as good as you thought it was going to be. It was a great match, and Brian Pillman was able to get the victory and retain the title. And it really begs the question, who's next for Brian Pillman? I mean, he's been running roughshod over everybody who's been trying to come after that title. And with Spectre having the golden ticket, and with that uncertainty, you know,
with the recent split up of a tag team group,
right?
One of those two could go for it.
Two, technically, Brandon Day and Shane Douglas are now singles competitors. So,
two of them.
He has a lot of people, as many people as he's run through and been able to get victories over. He still has a lot of people
that he could potentially go against
that are going to be gunning for him now, and even more now that we had the tag teams split up. So,
it's hard telling Ledbetter or Bomani or Craven or
Brandon
Day, or fucking Shane Douglas.
Any of them. There's more, and there's even more. I mean, you still have Madman Fulton.
Congo Kong.
You have Matt Taylor. Battle on the Border has a lot of very talented Surge. You have so many talented individuals who could truly get a chance at the title, and it's going to be
potentially win.
Right.
I mean, Surge with his up climb, he most definitely could probably.
It's exciting to see.
Away.
It's exciting to see where the future goes. Hey, Paxton Calloway gave it a shot.
Yeah.
A great shot. Gave it a chance. He won the number one contendership back in Morrow. So he gave it a chance. You know, Bobby Fulton not being there at Paxton's side, I wonder if that played into maybe his losing this title opportunity.
Possibly.
You know what I mean? Because, I mean, that's somebody who has the experience, who can give you some pointers on the outside of the ring against someone like Brian Pillman especially. So we'll see. I mean, it's interesting to see what the future for both of these men are. But, you know, congratulations to Brian Pillman on getting the victory.
Yes, for sure.
Now, the back half of this show was just as, if not more exciting than the front half. The whole card itself from top to bottom was amazing, but the back half is where a lot of the action got. This is where we're going to have a lot of opinions.
Yes.
This is where a lot of the fun stuff, and mainly the reasons I said this is one of the biggest shows of the year, kind of took place because a lot of things changed. A lot of divisions got shaken up a little bit in this back half of the show alone. So we start off with the Zero Gravity division, Jaden Jett, Avery Hertz. You know how much we love Avery Hertz on the podcast. We're huge fans. We've been pulling for him. It has been a battle since Jaden Jett won the Zero Gravity title for Avery Hertz. He has been gunning for and trying to get that title from Jaden Jett at every opportunity possible. He has been somebody, is like his mission. He has nothing else on his mind when it comes to Battle on the Border other than the Zero Gravity title. Jaden Jett,
that he rightfully deserves.
On the flip side of that, Jaden Jett, he's kind of, I'm not saying he's overlooking Avery, but you got to understand there's a lot of people coming from him in a lot of angles, but the thorn in his side has been Avery Hertz. Now, I'm not saying that we had a favorite going into this matchup.
Oh, I had a favorite. I 100% had a favorite.
But they've both been on the podcast, though. So, I mean...
Still 100% had a favorite.
So, I'm just saying, but, yeah, Avery Hertz, I mean, just the constant, you know, the battle that he's been through to try to get to this title. I mean, it's admirable. He wants to be a champion that, you know, is someone that is a defending champion, is an honorable champion. Jaden Jett's none of those things. No offense to Jaden Jett.
No.
I mean, I kind of just threw a big diss at him, so he's going to take a disrespect to it. But the
Cheated
point is
his way of holding a championship.
Right. Well, and so
I'll take a bigger diss.
That's the thing. So midway through this match, it was an amazing matchup, of course. Big moments. Love the Zero Gravity, fast-paced action, especially with these two, these heated
Really
rivals.
cool moves, too.
Of course.
Really cool.
These two guys were going at it. Midway through the match, someone we haven't seen in Battle on the Border for a long time returned. Somebody who we interviewed had returned. Our first ever interviewee. Our introduction to Battle on the Border, in a way, when it came to interviews especially.
Yeah, very first one. Well,
and
then, but yeah.
I remember exactly what we were doing. We were sitting there, we're watching the ring, and we see someone walk out of the tunnel, which, by the way, a little break from this matchup. Huge shout out. The production of the show was amazing. The curtain, the lights, the music, everything was great. I may be tooting our own horn a little bit. Yeah, something to do with that.
Yeah, hey man.
But I'm just saying, it really did feel like it had the big show feel, and I think that a lot of that had. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, those who were there. I hope you guys felt like you were at a bigger show. It's only going to get bigger and better as time goes on.
I want to say we've got a lot of ideas in the works with the production of the shows, so hopefully they're just going to keep getting bigger and better.
But we saw somebody come from behind the curtain. I look over and I see him, and at the same exact time, Darren looks over and he's tapping my leg, and I'm like, oh, and he's tapping my leg, and he's like, "That's Russell, Act a Fool Bland." We were just shocked. He's back. Russell, Act a Fool Bland came out, and at first we didn't know what he was doing.
Oh man, no clue.
He kind of just sat there, watched. He took the title from the corner of the ring, took the title, sat with it, was kind of talking to Rick Toms and some fans, and then eventually. There was a moment in the match where Avery Hertz and Jaden Jett were down.
Yes.
And he threw the title in between the two. A little bit closer to Avery. My mind's racing. I'm thinking, wait a minute. Avery wouldn't be someone to align himself with somebody like Russell Act a Fool Bland.
No.
He's an honorable person. And let's just say Russell, although he may be the ultimate wingman, he's also the ultimate cheater.
Yes.
So I was like, this seems weird. And I think Avery saw the title, knew how much that title meant to him, and knew how much he wanted to beat Jaden Jett, and he picked it up, and he was going to hit Jaden Jett with the title. He let his drive for this title, his hatred for Jaden Jett, get the best of him. And in that moment, he saw an opportunity, he tried to take it, ref stopped it. I mean, we don't see Avery Hertz do stuff like this. This shows you the desperation he had, truly. And I don't mean that in a negative way towards Avery.
No,
he just hates Jaden, he wants the title. He had that desperation moment. He grabbed it, and the ref stopped him. While that's going on, in the corner, Russell Act a Fool Bland starts walking over to Jaden Jett, and he hands something to him. From where we were sitting, I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, I had no clue either. I couldn't see nothing.
Well, while the referee was putting the belt away from the situation, Jaden Jett threw chalk in the face of Avery Hertz that was handed to him by Russell Act a Fool Bland.
Yep.
And retained the title once again.
Through an unfair way.
In an unfair way. And you know, it's really a shame the Zero Gravity title is held by somebody like Jaden Jett.
That can't actually win it fairly?
Who cannot win it fairly. And it's frustrating to watch. I mean, don't get me wrong. Fantastic competitor. There's no doubt. He can win titles on his own. He just refuses to.
He has to cheap, easy way.
He takes the easy way out. He knew he was about to lose to Avery. And I have to imagine, and I don't know, I'm speaking a little bit out of turn here because we don't know this obviously, so I'm saying allegedly when it comes to this. You have to imagine that this was a planned event between Jaden Jett and...
So that or could have been just him,
But
Russell saying, hey, man, I'm here for you.
That's exactly what happened. Afterwards, Jaden Jett now has Russell Actaful-Bland in his corner. They've been in each other's corner before. That's reignited.
Yep.
He is the ultimate wingman of Jaden Jett. And that begs the question of Jaden Jett has been able to snake his way through victory after victory after victory. Now he has someone else to snake his way. Is Jaden Jett becoming too powerful for the division?
Well, that also begs the question of...
and where does Avery Hertz now stand?
Are they going to try and compete with Spectre Enterprises by getting more and more people?
Right, exactly. So now that's something else.
Yeah, there's two of them now. So.
Russell Actaful-Bland has that. When we talked to him, he said that he wants to align himself with powerful people. Mm-hmm. We lose Army of Destiny, we get Russell Actaful-Bland. It's like we can never just escape from people being able to be fair fighters.
Yeah, it seems like that. Eventually, I'm sure that at some point, Russell's group and
yes,
words.
So, but I think the thing is, like I said, where does Avery Hertz stand now? That's the question, I think. Where does Avery Hertz stand? What is Russell's intentions? Was it planned? Did Jaden Jett know? There's a lot of unanswered questions. And in my opinion, I love Avery Hertz as a competitor. I think he's great. Mm-hmm. But I think he's got to maybe take a step back from the zero gravity title picture, gather himself, and you can remain focused on that, but get back to the roots. Get back to the Avery Hertz roots that we know and we love. Someone who's not willing to be so desperate to grab a title. I understand it's frustrating to watch Jaden Jett be the champion.
Yeah.
I understand. But that desperation is what made him lose.
So especially when he hasn't won it fairly this whole time.
Yeah, but
every time he has won it or retained it, it has been unfair.
Yeah, and it's like I said, it is unfortunate. But, it is what it is. And like I said, Avery, I think he needs to take a step back for a minute. Jaden Jett might be coming too powerful. And I think where you were going with what you were saying earlier is you think that maybe Spectre Enterprises groups and Jaden Jett and Russell Actaful-Bland may cross paths at some point.
Yes.
Could be. I mean, we don't know. I mean, it's at this point, nothing would surprise me at this point. I mean, I really don't know what the future is for
both of them are hungry for the power.
Right, and that's
both
the thing.
of them can't have the power.
Right, it's possible.
So I mean,
So we'll see. Maybe they'll work together. Maybe they'll be enemies. I mean, who knows? At this point, it's hard telling what the future is. But one thing we do know is that Jaden Jett is still, unfortunately, our zero gravity champion.
It's very unpredictable.
So I mean, that's two titles right there that were defended not back to back, but two titles. Brian Pillman defended his title fairly.
Yeah.
But two titles that were won in nefarious ways with Malia Asaka and Jaden Jett winning titles, cheating. Let's just call it what it is. Let's stop with the accusations and me saying allegedly. Let's just call it what it is.
It's cheating, yes.
God dang cheaters, dude.
Full on.
Cheaters. I forgot we had a green screen back here. There's probably stuff popping up behind us and we're not even acknowledging it anymore.
Put cheaters back here.
the show logo. No, probably don't. We'll probably get sued for that. Well, we're going to take a quick break, I think, real quick.
Cheaters.
We're going to get to the final two matches, which again, I'm telling you guys, do not step away from this video at all. The last two matches, again, continue. Things are getting crazy. Things are really changing in the landscape of Battle on the Border. So we'll get to it right after this quick little break, which if you're watching on YouTube, it's not even really a break. It's just a quick little camera. Put in like a fake commercial or something. Like a little waiting screen or something.
And we're back.
Welcome back, everybody. So we have two matches left to review, and then we'll get to some announcements that have been made since the show. Mm-hmm. Our last two matches, a match between Amos and Matt Taylor. Very exciting matchup. These two are very, very talented.
Very talented, yes.
These are people that we didn't even mention. I didn't mention Amos during the World Heavyweight title picture. Have to assume that he's back. But, of course, he is the hero of Battle on the Border in a lot of ways. One of the heroes of the team Battle on the Border that took Army of Destiny away from Battle on the Border. So, obviously, the fans in Denham very much appreciate him. And Matt Taylor's one of, if not the most talented people on the roster at Battle on the Border.
Yeah, he's going to have his hands full with
100%, both of them did. So it was a great match. Again, like I said, if you guys have seen these two fight, you guys know what they're like. And it was one of those matches where Matt Taylor, who is the guiding light, he, I just realized we forgot something. We'll get back to that after this. But what was I saying? Oh, it was one of those. Matt Taylor's the guiding light, and he was trying to just have Amos join him.
Yep.
And Amos was not having any part of that. Listen, Amos is there to fight. He wants to regain that momentum he had in Battle on the Border before he stepped away for a while. He wants to and capitalize on the momentum he has off of that big win over Army of Destiny. So, he came into this match ready to fight, and Matt Taylor, he's somebody who also, he tries not to fight people because, let's be honest, like he said, he feels like he's the guiding light. He just wants people to join him. He just wants people, he just wants to show people the light. But no one wants to take his offer. I've never seen anybody take his offer. He tried it with Brian Pillman, didn't work. He tried it with Aaron Williams, didn't work. He's tried it in zero gravity matches in the past. In Moro, he tried it. It just doesn't work, but he tries it every time. He tries, but it never works. But he has the talent to back it up.
And it was good seeing Amos back.
Great seeing Amos back. Big fan of him.
Very good seeing Amos back.
And he did end up getting the victory over Matt Taylor in a great match. And like I said, we used to do where we would take notes, and I would try to go through the match like play by play. It's a little bit hard because we do sound, so we have to keep track of that.
And it's getting better. Matches are getting better and better and better.
It's harder to take your eyes off of the action to write stuff down. And
so by the time you write something down, I'm sitting there nudging you, telling you something else is going down, so you're writing it all
the reviews
face basically in a notebook, and that's no way to sit through wrestling.
Right. So the reviews changed a little bit in the sense that I used to be able to like look and be like, oh, this is a big moment. Listen, if you want to see the action for yourself, you have to go. I'm not going to be able to stand here and tell you like, oh, this was crazy when this match moved. I will in a match later on.
Yeah.
But for the most part, the action's so good. I remember the matches. I remember the big moments. But you have to be there. Did you not have your microphone on this whole time?
Yeah, they usually click on from mine.
This dude.
Hey, you lost your thingy.
Yeah, I just picked it up, and I don't want to. I hope the sound. Hold on, let's try to put this back on real quick because I don't know what the sound sounds like without this thing on.
But either way, it's getting a lot more challenging to be able to sit there and take notes when there's so many big things that happen in these matches.
Yeah,
and use that don't go. Shame on you.
Now, but yeah, this match was great. Had a lot of great action in it. Both talented individuals. Amos did get the victory.
Yes.
After the match, of course, Denham was congratulating Amos on his victory outside of the ring. Of course he does. He's happy that Amos is back.
Oh yeah.
He did help Denham retain control of Battle on the Border, so of course he's he feels that he's in his corner. A little bit questionable the ethics of an owner celebrating with someone after a match, but we'll get that's another story for another time. I'm just saying. I understand why he did it. I understand why he did it. I'm just saying.
Did end up having to chase off the masked man.
And,
he came through and came clutch.
That's true.
So, that's huge to Denham, I'm sure.
While he was celebrating with Amos outside the ring, a masked assailant came out and tried to swing a chair and hit Denham. But Sergeant Ledbetter I cannot believe I'm saying these words, saved Denham from getting a chair shot.
Yes.
He stepped in between it, and he was the one that got hit. And the masked assailant once again ran away. Now, it's interesting to note that we were further away from the masked assailant than normal. Usually we get to see him a little bit up, closer. It happened on the other side of the ring, so we didn't even completely understand what happened until we saw Ledbetter walking, holding his back. So then we realized what happened. Mm-hmm. The question I have is like, was this the same masked assailant that we've seen before?
I seen a glimpse of the masked assailant.
The mask?
And it looked different.
It might be the same one, changing up the look. Could it be two? That's the bad thing about having a masked assailant running around is
you don't know.
We keep thinking it's one person, but what if this whole time
it's a group?
We've been misled. We've been trying to figure out. Like we've pinned it on Jaden Jett. We've pinned it on every single person possible in Battle on the Border. That fits the profile. Russell Actipool Bland was a part of that. Dax has been a part of that. Jaden Jett's been a part of it. Now, at this point, it feels almost wrong to even try to speculate who it is because it might be more than one.
It could be an outside person.
It could be someone we don't even know.
Yep.
The truth of the matter is, though, the big thing that happened, again, we talked about it, this being one of the biggest shows. We had Russell act a full bland. He shows up and the masked assailant is there attacking Denham. Yeah. Is that a connection?
I will say it's obviously that one wasn't Russell. So
I'm just saying. I mean, it's hard telling who it is. That's the problem. So I think the thing is like,
I think we're also bad detectives.
We're awful detectives. We've been on the case for months and we've had no leads. But the big news here is that Ledbetter did step in and essentially save Denham. Now, I mean, is this just Sergeant Ledbetter maybe realizing that he's been in the wrong over the past couple of months because of, maybe he realizes his wrongs and is trying to right them? Is he trying to distance himself even further from the masked assailant? Did he know the masked assailant was going to be there, and maybe he's a better detective than us? Maybe he's maybe figuring it out. I mean, I don't know. Answers definitely need to be given, and I'm excited to find out why. I'm happy that Ledbetter saw the light in this one and at least saved him.
I'm hoping Denham gets a hold of one of them and power bombs him.
I can't wait. I'm telling you, dude, I really thought we were going to get to see the end. We were going to find out who the masked assailant was. The last show, we didn't even this show. Everybody keeps coming around. We have plenty of opportunities. There's a lot of shows coming up this year, so we have plenty of opportunities. Be on the lookout.
And a lot real close too.
Let the security guards know if you see someone with the mask. We don't know how dangerous this person is. Let one of the security guards know if you see the masked assailant. Hopefully they can catch him. He's fast.
Yes.
I mean, these security guards aren't slow in Battle on the Border. They book after him. This guy flies. Dude.
Yeah.
I mean, he's quick. He's efficient. I mean, I was in the ring that one time when Denham got attacked. He's fat. He comes out of nowhere. So be on the lookout. But you know what? Like I said, Ledbetter did save Denham from an attack from a masked assailant. Yes. So again, this is why I said earlier that this is one of the biggest shows. A lot has changed in Battle on the Border just in this show alone.
Well, yeah, because Denham and Ledbetter have been going back and
They're forth. Bitter rivals. They've been rivals for years. They've been rivals for years, and now all of a sudden, is there a change of heart in Ledbetter? We don't know. We'll have to just see. Wait and find out.
Came out to different music as well.
Yeah, I mean he's changing. He's changing it up. We'll see. So, in our main event, a match that I was really looking forward to was Congo Kong and Eric Surge. Now, we're big fans of Eric Surge on this podcast. We've had Congo Kong on. We've had Spectre on. If you watched our interview with Spectre, you know how he works. Mm-hmm. When he won the golden ticket, said that we would start to see where his eyes were going. There was a plan in place. He wasn't going to, of course, give us the details, but he had a plan in place.
Well, yeah, he does have a plan.
And of course, Congo Kong and Eric Surge don't like each other because, Spectre eliminated Surge in that battle royal in order to get the victory. So Surge has unfinished business with Spectre, and Congo Kong doesn't like Eric Surge either. This was a fantastic match, by the way. One of the moves that I was most impressed by was Congo Kong diving through the ropes and hitting Eric Surge on the outside. I mean, Congo Kong is a big dude, dove through the ropes and hit. I mean, I was just stunned. I'm a huge fan of Eric Surge. Huge fan. But holy crap, that was crazy.
Maybe Congo Kong needs to go for the zero gravity division.
Well, it doesn't.
Because we've seen him come off the top rope.
Yeah, he does that in this match as well. He did that. That's actually. I mean, maybe if there wasn't.
Drake got away with it. Mm-hmm. So why can't Congo? It's only a few hundred pounds.
Congo Kong weighs at least 199.
Yeah, it's like 199 pounds. I think he's within reason to be on.
He weighs at least 200 pounds, whatever the weight limit is. He weighs. He's for sure within the weight limit.
Yes, 100% within the weight limit.
Just something to think of.
Now, it's not like he weighs 400 pounds or anything.
Well, Congo Kong. Yeah. So Congo Kong did unfortunately get the victory over Eric Surge. There was just too much going on for Eric Surge to keep his mind only on. Of course, Spectre got involved because of course he did. Listen, Spectre's smart. He knows. Yeah. What do you call him all the time?
He's an ass.
He is. He's just kind of a slithery snake, dude. He knows when to get involved. And the victory did come off of a top rope move from Congo Kong to get the victory. It's unfortunate that Eric Surge now twice has had the wool pulling over his eyes by David Barnabas Spectre.
But also, if you got a big man like that that can get up to the top rope and jump off of it successfully, I mean he's indestructible. He's unbeatable.
There's a moment where Surge and Congo Kong were on the top rope both, and I looked at Darren and I was like, if they both come down from that height, Is the ring going to hold?
Yeah,
These are two
collapse.
These are two big dudes. I mean,
That's well over 600 pounds coming down on that poor ring.
Yeah. So
that's.
But after the match, of course, Congo Kong Inspector just couldn't resist the opportunity to kick literally a man while he's down.
Yeah.
And it wasn't looking good for the ending of the show. We never like to end the show on a sour note. I mean, we've done it in the past. New Year's Eve, that's where the Masked Man came in, and Sergeant Ledbetter got a victory over Denham. We never like to end shows on a sour note. And this show, we did not end on a sour note. A very shocking event took place where King Bomani saved Eric Surge, teams with him, and is going to be going after the tag team titles that Madman Fulton and Congo Kong hold. Now,
so that's where the kicker is, that the team that has to take on before.
Right, we were talking about the bad dudes. We said
the kicker.
We said that the bad dudes deserve a #1 shot, but the problem is that the title's already been someone has taken aim at the tag team title.
And the Giants have it. The Giants have the tag team title.
The 4 dudes that are going to be involved in this match, crazy. These are 4 big dudes.
Big dudes, and they're all on the ring somewhere at some point.
Right now,
mind you.
Yeah, it's. I'm very, very excited about this match. I think Spectre may have even said something about maybe him being a part of defending the titles, which would be very
love
shocking
to see that.
Who knows what we're going to get to see? Are we going to get to see?
If I was Bomani, I would pick him up and throw him out of the ring.
Yeah, well,
just to watch a little dude fly.
He would definitely be the odd man out.
Just to watch the little dude fly.
So just to recap everything all the matches, we have one more thing to talk about that took place that wasn't a match. I'm wearing a shirt that involves it.
Yes.
I just wanted to leave that for last. But just to recap, so Army of Destiny takes a break.
Yes.
Or is forced to break up.
They're done. There's no break. They're done.
Forced to break up.
Yes.
Kyle Craven fights King Bomani to the back, double count out.
Yep.
Later on in the show, Sergeant Ledbetter saves Denham. Who would have saw that coming? King Bomani tagging with Surge to get the tag team titles potentially in the future.
Yes.
Russell Active Bland coming back. All happened in the back half of the show. Not to even mention the front half of the show where the action was great. Leah Saka defending her title successfully. Brian Pillman defending his title successfully. Yep. The bad dude's getting a victory. It was a crazy show, as always, but this one was truly, in my opinion, one of the most important shows. The most important show that we've covered, I truly believe.
Threw a lot of BOTB curveballs, that's for damn sure.
I mean,
nobody would have expected any of this to go down.
Right, going into this show,
I mean,
we truly thought we kind of knew the landscape of Battle on the Border. You had, we didn't know the future of Army of Destiny necessarily, but we thought we kind of knew. But when they broke up, that literally did really flip.
Now we have no freaking clue.
We have no clue what's going on.
We have no clue what's going to go down.
Now, real quick, before we get on to the future announcements and events, Brandon Day was a part of the show as well. He did explain his reasoning behind attacking Shane Douglas, or turning on Shane Douglas, rather. And, fresh off of his suspension, he's had plenty of time to think about it. He did say that Shane is basically, the roundup of it was something along the lines of that he just needs to go away. Like, you need to know when your time is done, and he thinks that Shane Douglas's time is done. Now, I'm wearing a shirt. This is actually, funny story, coincidence. I didn't wear this because we were filming today. I just kind of wore it, and it just so happens we're filming. But I do want to make it clear, and I think I speak for Darren here, that we are on Shane Douglas's side.
Oh, 100%.
He is a legend and someone who deserves to be respected. Brandon Day,
that whole speech was full of shit, too.
I think he's
in my opinion.
Is he potentially looking at Shane Douglas kind of as like a meal ticket? Where if he can be the one to end Shane Douglas's career, which is what he promised, does he think that will get him further in his career? It's interesting to see where this goes. I know that Shane, he issued a challenge to Shane Douglas. I can't imagine that Shane is going to say no.
Whoa, no. Shane Douglas is not going to say. There's no way he would say no.
So I'm very excited to see where this goes. Now, Brandon Day is very talented. And it's unfortunate that he turned on Shane. And it's unfortunate that he's using his talent the wrong way.
I said they could have been a power horse of tag team.
They
championship.
were. Like I said, they had a nice rivalry with the Bad Dudes, where the Bad Dudes were able to get a couple over on them, vice versa.
Yeah, I mean,
it felt like, and then at his, I mean, and the thing is that Brandon Day had he had a big long speech about Shane Douglas, about how much he loved him, and then he attacks him in the same night, turns on him. It just seems that was a toxic relationship.
Yes,
between
definitely.
those two, clearly. And I mean, who knows what it was like behind the scenes between those two, but man, I really want to see this end the right way for Shane, someone who is a legend, who I did buy merch of. I'm clearly a fan.
I would like to see Shane Douglas
Get his revenge.
put him in his place.
Right.
Straight where he belongs to be.
It's one of those, like,
you don't mess with a legend.
It's one of those things where it's like the student turned on the teacher.
Yes.
Student versus teacher thing.
And the teacher always wins.
And Shane Douglas he is a veteran for a reason, and he is a BOTB Hall of Famer.
I think Brandon Day don't know what he has coming for him.
I really don't
think so.
Like I said, he continues to say that, like, he needs to be put, he needs to be put down, essentially. Like, he needs to just call it quits. He needs to know when to hang it up.
Sounds like somebody's jealous.
It sounds like someone, like you said, kind of does need to be reminded who Shane Douglas truly is.
Yes.
Still to this day, he might be older. Still to this day, he is this guy.
Yes, he can still do some real damn good wrestling.
So it's going to be exciting.
I mean,
and we'll see. And like I said earlier, we have plenty of opportunities to see it because Battle on the Border has a crap ton of shows coming up. First off, there was a show that was rained out earlier in May, I think it was. Well, the new date for that, Battle on the Border management has come to terms with River City West management regarding a new date for Battle on the Border. Battle on the Border returns to Harrison, Ohio on Sunday, August 20th for River City Wrestling. So make sure you put it in your phones, you write it down on the calendar, you clear out your schedules, you cancel your vacations.
Just remember it's
Don't go to that wedding. You don't want to go to the wedding anyway.
Just remember it's 11 days after my birthday.
That's not going to help anybody. But just August 20th, River City Wrestling. Now, on the flip side of that, also breaking news, Saturday, July 29th, Moores Hill Mayhem, Battle on the Border will reveal the first of 3 inductees into the 2023 Hall of Fame in December. Bonus points if you go and Battle on the Border Pro Wrestling on Facebook if you can guess it. I don't know what the bonus points are fully going to, like, what that means, truly.
Yeah.
But, bonus points.
I think it's going to be Rick Toms.
Personally,
that's my opinion.
I would love to see Rick Toms. We have no clue. I would love to see Rick Toms.
Yeah, I would like to see Rick Toms be
put in there. That's our votes. We talked about it. That's our votes. We have no clue, but whoever it is obviously deserving of it.
Oh, for sure.
But the next show that's coming up, the one that we're very, very excited about, Battle on the Border, debuts in Middletown, Ohio on Sunday, July 2nd with the show called The Best Damn Wrestling Show Ever. It was announced 4th of July weekend.
Really excited.
Is going
for
to
that
be
one.
super excited. This event will be a 4th of July style celebration as well as a fan appreciation event. The Battle on the Border Brigade can look forward to the following: fireworks during and after the event, BYOB, cha-ching, 2 pre-show matches, and there will be a fan appreciation cornhole tournament before the show. 16 fans can buy entries for $20 each. Those 16 fans will be randomly paired with a member of Battle on the Border for the tournament. So if you want to play cornhole, I don't know who's going to be a part of the tournament, but just saying, like Congo Kong, if you want to throw cornhole with Congo Kong, this is your chance. If that was your dream in life, this is your chance.
Just know that I'm going to take all your guys' money.
Well, we haven't even got to that part yet. You will get a photo with the partner and a chance to win money, as you just spoiled.
I'm going to take all your money.
$200 goes to first place, $100 to second place, and $20 to the third place team. These 16 cornhole entries can also be purchased on the ticket link below. If you go to Battle on the Border Pro Wrestling on Facebook, you can buy the ticket link in there. We may even try to get it into the description below so you can buy your entries. And then we have the announced matches so far are the Zero Gravity Division match, Jaden Jett versus Justin Xavier. So just to go to that one real quick. Justin Xavier, this is all on Battle on the Border Pro Wrestling, just reading it right off there. And then we'll give our predictions for who we think is going to win. Justin Xavier and Jaden Jett have known each other forever, going to school together in Cleves, Ohio. Upon graduating Taylor High School, both men together decided to begin training to be a pro wrestler, thus the tag team retro flight. After a successful run together, Jett shocked the world by turning his back on Justin and instead aligning himself with the hustler known as the Ultimate Wingman, Russell Actor Full Bland. Now they're back together. So this has like a deeper implication of even before we were part of Out on the Border, which we knew the history because we've interviewed both of these guys.
Yeah, it goes even deeper.
And on Sunday, July 2nd, the rivalry comes to a head with the sweetest prize to date on the line. The Battle on the Border Zero Gravity Championship will be defended. Justin Xavier, Jaden Jett. Who do you think is going to get the victory, Darren?
I'm going to go with Justin Xavier. We predicted him to be in the championship for even when he wasn't. And this time he's actually going for it. So Justin Xavier,
we had zero chance to win the tournament. We said he would somehow still win the tournament. And
look where he's at now.
Now look at
he's going for the championship. So we're mind readers.
What
is those?
We're like Nostradamus. We're like a future, like a fortune teller.
Yeah, fortune teller.
Like
that's it. Teller. Yeah, we tell the fortune what's going to happen.
And listen, like I said earlier, Jaden Jett is a great competitor, but aligning yourself with someone like a slippery little sneaky snake like Russell Actafull Bland, we just can't stand for on this show. We have morals.
Yes, I don't sleep naked.
The funny part about that statement, I knew he was going to say that. The funny part about that statement is that everyone who's watching this, most people who are watching this, have absolutely zero clue what that's a reference to.
Exactly.
If you've been following us since day one, though, there was an episode where, this was back way before when we first started. It was one of our first episodes. And we were talking something about sleeping, and we got on the topic of sleeping naked, and I asked Darren if he slept naked, just as a joke. I didn't expect him to answer. And so serious, he was like, no, I have morals. And it's one of the funniest moments because it was so just, did not expect him to answer. I just kind of said it as a joke. I was going to ask it and then just move on immediately. But he has morals. We have morals on this show, Darren. Proof, case in point.
Yeah, I don't sleep naked. Got morals.
The next match that has been announced is Matt Taylor versus Daxie Taxi Dax.
That's going to be a hard match to predict. I don't know.
Yeah, Dirty Dax.
I can't make a prediction on that one because they're both very talented.
Yeah, these two guys have faced off before, and the match was a barn burner. After coming up just inches short, the natural born killer Dirty Daxie has his sights on a rematch. Known as BOTB's guiding light, Matt Taylor looks to prove his victory was no fluke and secure himself a chance at BOTB Gold. So, it seems like the two matches that have been confirmed as of this moment, one is a title match, the other is possibly not necessarily a number one contenders match, but it definitely helps going towards Zero Gravity Gold.
Oh, yeah.
Who do you, and I understand why you're saying it's hard because we have a Dirty Daxie pin here, we have a Daxie Taxi pin here. We've talked so great about Matt Taylor on the show before, even though he kind of goes against everything we stand for, our morals.
Yeah. Well, we forget about our morals when it comes to him.
He's just talented, It is going to be hard. I really do think this match is something that I feel like people going into this match, you should be super excited about it. But I feel like even as excited as we are about both matches, but specifically talking about this one for a second, even though I'm going into it knowing that this could potentially be match of the night, I think it will still supersede our predictions for how good this match will be.
Oh, 100%. You don't have to be there to experience the greatness of this match.
Yeah, and I don't know what the other matches are going to be either, so it's a little early to be saying that. But I just think that this has the potential to be an amazing match.
And you should just go to Battle on the Border shows all the time.
So what's your prediction, though? Do you have it?
I think Dax is going to get the win on this one.
Just to be different, just because it would be boring if we agreed, I'm going to go with Matt Taylor.
I was going to say, I was really thinking hard. I was like, man, Dax or Matt Taylor, which one should I choose? And I'm going to go with guessing Dax.
Now,
is what I think.
Earlier, several episodes ago, we said something about a Pocky One Chip Challenge. We haven't done it yet because originally we were going to have people vote. We were going to have a bigger celebration for our 2-year anniversary, having a podcast. Things kind of fell through, people work and whatnot. So I think what we should do is a day before the show on July 1st, because this show is July 2nd.
Yeah.
On July 1st, I think what we should do is me and you should text each other our predictions for the announced matches that take place. Mm-hmm. Whether it be 5 matches that are announced, 3, 4, whatever it is. Yeah. And we make our predictions for the match, not talking to each other about who we think, unless we text each other and they're all the same.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do a draft style where you get the first pick of who you think will win the match. I have to take the opposite person in order to make it different. We might do something like that.
That'll work.
The loser, I think, should have to
eat the whole chip.
Eat the whole chip that we have. Because originally we were talking about splitting it. I feel like we could do that too. We could do that as well. But I think
it'd be more
maybe
fun
putting a little
challenge.
Yeah, a little stake on it, I think, is smart. So I think we should do that. So
I like that idea.
July 1st. We won't announce it about what our matches are. You'll just find out when we do the review.
Yep.
Because we'll probably do the review and then whoever loses eat the chip after. Probably be my guess. So that's, I think, what we're going to do. Just in case anyone remembers.
I gotta coat my tongue in candle wax then. No, I'm just kidding.
No cheating, dude. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Share with your friends and family. If you're listening to us, thank you for listening to us. Make sure to rate us on whatever you're listening to. You can also go to the show notes, description, and there's a Linktree link that'll let you know where you can find us everywhere on YouTube. We're on like iHeartRadio, Spotify, and a bunch of others. So make sure you hit that link in case you're interested. You can also follow me on Twitter, DJDub00. I tweet about AEW and some other things sometimes. You can follow us on TikTok, Double D Podcast, the Double D Podcast 1 on TikTok. We haven't posted TikToks in a while. I do want to start doing TikToks. It's just right now I'm working extra hours. It's a little busy right now, but we will get into the TikTok realm again. You can also go to w.gg and you can use the code Double D Podcast. That's DOUBLEDPODCAST, Double D Podcast, to get 20% off of all of your orders. You can follow us on Instagram, the double_D_podcast on Instagram.
Are you reading everything that's in the link tree?
No, those aren't in the link tree.
Oh.
Now we're done. Now it's your turn.
Our email is in the link tree?
No, our email's not in the link tree.
All right.
The link tree is just to where you can watch us or listen to us.
Oh, cool.
These are all of our social media.
Our email is doubledpodcast123@gmail.com. You can also look on our Facebook page at Double D Podcasting Crew. And if you just love me, which Derek needs to get in the link tree, add my Snap, Darren, 1134567889. And don't forget my DJing business. I'm running a special currently this year.
Put the special sign. Special
on
flashing.
Graduation
Don't
parties.
flash
I'm doing 4 hours for $60 on your graduation parties.
Graduation season is here.
Yes, it's the time of the year.
Also, real quick, just if you follow me on Facebook,
give me a call, 812-212-1675.
Sorry. If you follow me on Facebook or Instagram, the WD Podcast Instagram, you've probably seen that I have a challenge right now. See, people really don't like my long hair. Some people don't like it. People make fun of me at work. People in my family tease me. Darren teases me about it sometimes.
Hey,
Friends,
I like it.
Everyone.
I told you I liked it.
I like it too.
What the hell?
The truth is, there are some people out there who don't like it and want me to cut it. And listen, I understand why people don't like it and want me to cut it, but I'm not going to cut it just because I want to cut it. I want to at least raise a...
He wants to cut it because he wants me to cut it.
I want to have a reason to cut it. And right now, if you go to Facebook...
Live on camera.
Yeah, well, we'll see about that one. I'm not promising
Cut
that.
it live on camera. Start from the locks.
We're not saying that. Now, hold on.
Live on camera. If you guys want to see that, comment in this video below.
Please don't comment that, because then I'll do it. No, but if you go to Facebook, you can donate to the Wounded Warrior Foundation, the Wounded Warrior Project Foundation. It's a great organization. You have until July 5th. It was started June 5th. Well, in July 5th, you can donate. Any little bit helps. If we reach the goal of $400 as a community, I will cut my hair.
If we reach 3,000, I'm cutting his hair.
3,000. I said the goal 400. But in all seriousness, though, even if we don't reach the goal, it is nice to donate to the Wounded Warrior Project. During this time, it's super important. If you don't know about the Wounded Warrior Project, make sure you look them up, read into them. It's what we're going to do for the rest of the year when I'll randomly throughout the year kind of throw these challenges out there just to raise money because I love
that. Or for the homeless veterans too. You can always donate to them also.
Well, this challenge is Wounded Warrior Project.
Well, yeah, they don't coincide, but you can also donate.
You should just donate in general. It's good to donate to charities.
It's good to donate to charities like that.
But if you want to see it, and like I said, it is right around the 4th of July time is why I did it. Everyone's getting super patriotic up until throughout this portion of the year. So if you are so inclined to, any little bit helps. Even if we don't reach our goal, every little bit helps.
If we get to 500, I'll shave my beard.
Yeah, I mean, dude,
I'll join on this train. I'll shave my beard. If your thing gets to 500, I'll share it. If it gets $500, okay, I will shave my beard while you get your haircut.
There you go. There you go. Every week I'm going to share it. I'll donate a little bit to it just to get it kick-started so it doesn't seem like you see zero and you're like, oh no, that's not doing. I'm not going to donate to this. I'll donate a little bit to kickstart it throughout some point this week. I'll donate $100. And so then all you have to do as a community.
That's quick.
All you have to do as a community is just donate $300. So if everybody on my Facebook and Instagram donates like $2.
Or $4 to get my beard shaved off.
Exactly. So, all right. See you guys. Thank you guys for watching.
Bye.
Or listening.